YouTube, what's going on? Back with another video. I wanted to record something real quick. I'm hoping we can possibly stream for CZN release on Wednesday, but I don't know. I'm feeling pretty whack. But I wanted to cover this because excuse me, I'm seeing it a lot of discourse about this game on Twitter, and this was a game that I was honestly kind of looking forward to. Unfortunate, I will not be playing it unless they want to pay me a fat bag, which is probably not going to happen. We are going over the Stella Sora situation. Now, if you don't know what Stella Sora is, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a game that actually had pretty decent looking gameplay. We can go right here. It's kind of a roguelike gacha. And I saw this and I'm just like, okay, like, it's pretty cute. I'm trying to see if I could find them actually in action fighting people. Just something different from the normal status quo. And excuse me, I think with this game, since it was a bit different, people were excited because of the devs, they made other projects. It's like, hey, this game has some real legwork to be pretty solid, right? And especially we're in a dry patch at the moment. I mean, right now, granted, Genshin Impact I think comes out this week. Wu was going to be dry for a bit. It's just another game to play. But there's been tons and tons of controversy, and of course, there's been people defending the game. So, if I pull up this tweet right here, there's quite a few. Stella Sora is a bit concerning. TLDR, Mohoyo style monetization, but double the cost of a gacha pill with no adjustments to daily income. Excuse me, $100 for 30 pulls in this game. Buying monthly passes give you 9 pulls. 9 pulls. So, when the game was in early access, beta, whatever it may be, it was the same 1,600, 1,500 for a 10 pull. They have now doubled it to 3,000 gems, not changing the economy for whatever reason, and including a 50-50 system. Now, we're in a time where people are already kind of tired of gacha. They whether it's because there's nothing to do in a game like Wuwa, just tired of having to buy weapons over and over again in games like Genshin and ZZZ and HSR where it's not guaranteed, having to have specific synergies in these games. Gacha games right now don't have the best rap, and I'm not saying Gacha's dying or anything like that, but it's clearly in a very low period. And so seeing a game that genuinely had potential kind of just shoot itself in the foot off rip. It's kind of reminds me of Black Beacon, but if not worse, right? It should be the remnants of Black Beacon. It was unplayable if it was on the Google Play Store, and also they would only give specific rewards to China. Well, now they completely changed their gacha system. I mean, look at something like this. It gets even worse, by the way. More things to consider. You need 11 copies of 4 stars to max them. The 25% chance to get a rate up 4-star in the banner. That's 25.75. And Minova's BP outfit doesn't even change her 3D model either. It's basically only a wallpaper, which is crazy. Needing 11 copies of a 4-star where there's no direct acquisition to obtain that specific rate up 4-star after X amount of pulls is diabolical. And it shows that this game is simply just a cash grab. And I'm not saying other gacha games aren't. Obviously, gacha monetization model in itself is to maximize profits. Everyone knows this. Excuse me. But when you look at this, and I mean, we could pull up this Sticks tweet real quick, actually. They changed the model right before launch. I mean, like, it's not even as if it was a little bit of a change where it's like, hey, instead of 1,600, it'd be 1,800, which would still be god awful. But this type of hike and increase just shows they don't care. And they're just trying to milk the consumer. And trust me, there's people defending it because they're absolutely brain dead. And we're going to get into that in a moment. So I want to address concerns player have with Stella Sora, elaborating on a statement I made 2 days ago before it released. Now, obviously, Styx is getting a lot of blowback here because, well, they changed up the systems on him, and this is not Styx's fault. I got you, Styx. Stella Sora so far has been a fun game. Fun game that is held back by the changes made to the 50-50 system at last minute, increased pull currency, poor and premium currency acquisition. YoStar is a great game on their hands that's very much very much has potential to be a great game, but they need to address this now and make some changes to make the game more free-to-play friendly for players. Because as it stands, 3,000 currency used to be 1,600 for a 10 pull is ridiculous with the rate premium currency pull. Less than 30 pulls for $100, which is psychotic. That is actually not okay. This is the new level of greed. It's like Nintendo level greed. You know what I mean? Please not let greed or whatever it is really ruin a good, fun game. And, well, just insane. Like, no, I would assume no person in their right mind would support this, but, well, here we are. And people are just saying, don't play the game. Why are you worried about it? I see that they even put out a tweet here. I'm going to pull this up saying, we officially released to ensure the best possible game experience. We're committed to listening to your feedback and responding promptly to any issues. Now, I will say this. I personally will not touch this game once again. If the developers have found a way to kind of pull the rug recently where the beta was substantially cheaper, and then after that they have this increase in currency or lack of currency that they're providing, as well as just making everything super expensive. What else would they do down the road, right? Maybe they fix it for a little bit and then they build up some good faith in the community and then they pull the rug out from you again. I'm good. I would never trust this company. I mean, you shouldn't really be trusting big corporates regardless, but this is just an absolute dog shit. Now, Sticks came in with a really good piece of feedback right here. Also, what up, Fobbit? Removal of the 50-50 would be great, and reduction of gacha pull costs back down to the original would be awesome. A lot easier to obtain characters that way, much more free to friendly. Look, I don't know this person. I really don't care. It ain't that deep. But it's comments like this that just blow my mind. If you don't want 50-50 since that defines a gacha, then what do you want? If you want an RPG without gacha, go to Blue Protocol. I don't know. You'll never see a gacha without 50-50. Neverness to Everness, no 50-50, right? Epic 7, no 50-50. I mean, Duet Night Abyss, before they made the changes, the first acquisition of the first 5-star was no 50-50. There's tons of games that don't have a 50-50 system. Now, excuse me, Hoyoverse obviously, I won't say invent, but popularize this system, and people are tired of it. They're frustrated with it. There's even another tweet of, again, same person before. Mellow, this is concerning the amount of people in the comments unironically saying, then just don't pay. You realize gacha games need to make money to stay afloat, right? In order for that to happen, the packs need to be at least decent value. Stella Sora day one revenue is low, and I think there was something, I don't know if I have it up here. I think they made like 80,000 or something first day. Oh, right here. First day revenue looking about 80K total. JP ended up 49th and squeezed through the 35th on the daily chart of revenue, didn't break in the top 30. Considering how hyped the game was, is a very bad sign. I think at the end of the day, it's pathetic. The devs should be ashamed of themselves. I personally, again, I wouldn't recommend playing the game. If they're willing to do this at the beginning of the game and fuck you over, there's no telling what they're willing to do once the game is down the road, if it has the chance to be successful. In my eyes, I see this as kind of a game where following the similar suit of Black Beacon. Maybe it won't EOS, but it is not going to have that mainstream attention or any type of critical attention at this point. And it's unfortunate because that game actually looks pretty good, but this made me not download it. So fuck that. Go play World of Warcraft. Just go buy World of Warcraft, $20 a month. Go play that, or go play Fellowship. Go play a good game. I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.